2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be covering this week's featured group. What a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Collin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
I almost just have to laugh. Someone saying they're going to beat Collin Morikawa. Does that even happen these days? He's one of the most consistent players on tour. I don't know that he's beatable.
Well, he's been accused of having a balky putter occasionally, but you're right. Iron play as good as Tiger Woods in his prime. The short game's irresistible, but I think the most impressive thing about young Collin is his mindset. He's got a 40-year-old mind on a 20-year-old body. No wonder he's winning at a decent rate of knots.
They've decided to club up.
Yep, that shot safely on the green. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Okay, steady now. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. So it'll be a par to start their round.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
He's currently tied for 6th. The second hole is a long par 3, old typical Redan style at 230 yards.
Yes, the green runs from right to left and chases away from the player on the tee. You can hit it short right and have it bounce on to the flag sticks that are on the right. However, when they're in the back left, you don't want to come up short and left in a low area. That'll leave a very difficult up and down.
Opting for the 5-wood. Oh, I like that strike. This one's heading well towards the green. Oh, that one's absolutely stiff. Oh, well done. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
A well holed, he'll take the birdie. Now over to Collin Morikawa.
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
Collin Morikawa setting up his shot. And there it goes from the sand. So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the third.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be number one. Water down the left-hand side, you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
Few players in the history of the game have had a bigger impact so early in their career than Collin Morikawa, Rich. Some comparisons go as close to Tiger Woods.
As they should be currently right now with what he has done in the game so far in his young career. He's come out each and every week and put pressure on every single player because of his ball striking and because they know that there's no weaknesses in his game other than sometimes the putter. But when you hit it as good as he does, you're bound to make a putt now and again. And each and every week when he shows up, players on the driving range are looking at him going, okay, he's here. I got to have my A game.
Certainly feels like sky's the limit for Colin Morikawa.
2 major championships under his belt right now. Surely more in his future.
Well played, mate. Rich, I love being back at Bay Hill every time because you get to honour the absolute legend of our game, the King, Arnold Palmer. There's just an air of something extra special this week, isn't there?
When you step on the property here at Bay Hill, you know you're in the presence of something special. Arnold Palmer's legacy was really built here, wasn't it? Granted, he absolutely brought everything he had to the PGA Tour, but when you come to Bay Hill and you have all the monuments, especially the statue right there to the right behind number 1 and number 10 tee boxes, you just get a chill down your spine like, man, this is some kind of awesome place. I cannot wait to tee it up here. And saying that, Mr. Palmer did not leave a golf course. That's very easy for these players. But listen, they come back here every year knowing that they need and they want to honor the gentleman who helped form the legacy of the PGA Tour, and that's why they're out here playing for all the money.
Setting up miles from the hole. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The 5th at Bay Hill is the shortest par 4 on the front 9, measuring just under 400 yards, Ridge. Placement off the tee, critical here.
It is. It plays straight downhill the entire way, so most players not taking driver out and challenging those bunkers. Lay up short of those, and you'll have a short shot to a green that once again chases away from you at the back end of it.
Well, this is a little bit of a birdie blitz going on from the player. Can they make another?
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Let's take a look at Colin Morikawa. Sitting at 3 under par. Currently in top spot. Didn't that look good for a long time? Straight out of the top draw.
Love watching this player around the greens.
That's a good putt for par. You'll take it.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Stop if you've heard this before. Tiger is coming off a birdie on his last hole, and that will take him to 1 off the lead. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th, Rich. A lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
Out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left of the left-hand bunker out there. We'll leave a layup out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
That tee shot looks pretty good. And Rich, we talked about so much and we heard so many of them throughout the years. A Tiger roar just sounded different to any other roar on the golf course. Explain just the energy of that and what you endured.
Well, the Tiger roars usually involved about 35,000 folks, and any other roar was about 3,500. So that was already a massive difference. You just knew it. There's just an energy in the air. When you heard a roar go up, you immediately could tell whether it was Tiger or it was somebody else. And it all kind of depends on how you were affected by it. And I think that where a lot of players got into trouble was listening for the roars and listening what kind of roar it was. And when they let it into their head that it was a Tiger roar, then I need to do something better. I need to change it up real quick. And in fact, that's probably what hurt them more than anything else. But listen, when Tiger did something fantastic, everybody on the golf course knew it was him.
Just didn't drop. And this putt coming up for his par. That's not your best effort on the greens. Now leading by 1 shot. Let's have a look at the 7th hole, a par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
Should find the green here. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Colin Morikawa setting up his shot. Let's get back to it, shall we? Well, Rich, here's one of our proven performers in the FedEx Cup points race. They've been there or thereabouts for most of the season, and they go into this tournament as one of the strong favourites. It hardly seems a surprise, doesn't it?
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
They're nicely holed. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. The par 4 8th, Rich, challenging tee shot and approach.
Love this tee shot here, Luke. The fairway camber's pretty good from right to left, kicking the golf ball towards that bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your second shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
Lovely effort, that. A few shots under par at the moment. Currently leading. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. A great shot here at the 8th, and a chance for birdie. This putt right on 12 feet to the hole.
This is their look at birdie. Rolling end to end, this looking nice.
And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. He's currently sitting in first place. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
Opting for the 5-iron. That's a pretty handy shot. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's sitting there in the rankings at 4th.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. This would be a great up and down. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Firm back up the hill. This will be a good one.
Oh, that's a clutch par. Here we go, Rich. In the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these two players stepping up, getting the best out of the games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament. Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Yeah, he's about 155 from this hole location.
And choosing the 8-iron here. This one looks to be on a pretty good line. Outstanding approach shot. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently in 5th place.
And back to the play, shall we? Well, these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet.
Yep, tracking nicely.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And that will take him to 5 under. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 3rd, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing room here on the left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
Wonderfully played. And he's down there.
He is right on the 150-yard marker here.
Going with the 8-iron here.
They have absolutely flushed that one. Colin Morikawa, he was meant to be the original and best approach player, but I think we have a new sheriff in town. Yep, tracking well.
Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And with that hole behind us, they're currently in the lead with Tiger Woods in 2nd place. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer has really started to mimic front and back 9s.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds, out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th.
Sitting at -6, currently in the lead. Found the green side bunker. Looking for an up and down here. They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. those went down. Well, this would be a great par putt if he can make this. And down she goes. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Let's take a look at Colin Morikawa. Yes! And that'll promote a good move up the standings. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage. Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side, open up the angle for your second shot, and it's obvious you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side, make a par. Pretty simple.
Penny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up from about 100 yards.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Oh, that's a great shot and sets up a birdie look here at the 13th. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 27 feet from the cup.
And back to the course with the live action. A birdie putt awaits.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today. Looking good.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. And that will take him to 7 under. And after that hole, this player currently holds top spot on the leaderboard with Xander Schauffele in second. And another of the uphill par 3s, the 14th, Rich.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
That might be one club too many. A little off the mark on that approach shot.
Bit too much club there, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, golf clap, really good. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. Leading by 4 strokes after that one. As we get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
Going with the 7. And tidy looking shot, that one. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Just 9 feet remaining to the hole.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
So far, so good.
Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card.
Woo, that is some pretty good breathing room. Out in front by a bunch.
Still in the lead now after that hole.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. Rich, good chance to get this green in 2.
Yes, this player's found the fairway, and now they've got the opportunity to knock this on in 2. Be wary of coming up short and left, obviously in the water, but don't be anxious to miss it out to the right, especially in that bunker that's over in the middle of the green on the right-hand side. That really can wreak havoc with the players. Try and find the green at all costs with this second shot.
Going with the hybrid. That could play. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, let's get back to the action. And he's down there. You got to read?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill. This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
An opportunity for a birdie here. Oh, well played.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
He sits in first position.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Can you believe it?
I gotta say, Luke, hole-in-ones are rare, but getting to watch one on TV, yes!
Well, that's certainly worth another look.
I mean, what can you say about a shot like this? This was absolute perfection.
Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his second shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.
From around 170 yards here. Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader. Lining up here for a chance to win the tournament. What a putt to make. Yeah, a bit long on that one. All right. 1 down. Let's size them up for the red card again that Arnold Palmer made famous. You are the Arnold Palmer Invitational Champion. Congratulations.
And what a week it was. A fantastic victory. Sensational victory on arguably one of the Tour's hardest golf courses. Way to go. Great win.
And Rich, credit where credit's due. I think you picked this victory.
Well, even a blind squirrel gets an acorn every once in a while. No, listen. This player's been there all season long. They're just one of these rare players that is seemingly in contention every time they peg it up.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.